Today, we find ourselves off of 136 in a town called Speedway, Indiana.
US 136 goes all the way from Speedway, Indiana to Edson, Nebraska. One of these days we're going to take the whole route because we're fascinated by that route. One of the interesting things about Speedway, Indiana is it was a first planned community based on the automobile. So most of the towns in Indiana were founded in the 1800s, and they were laid out with horse and buggy in mind. This town was founded in 1912. Carl Fisher was very influential in starting this town, which he owned Fisher Body, which later on became part of General Motors in the 20s. They laid this town out here because it was right outside of Indianapolis, and they wanted to make sure that they had workers for their factory. So there was two main business owners in town, Allison Transmission. There was also, as you see right here, which is now called Prax Air, that was called Union Carbide. So there was a couple of factories here in town, and they wanted workers. So they started developing the surrounding area in just a housing community for factory workers. And it's a cute little town today. And a lot of people that live here still work at either General Motors or Union Carbide, which is now Prax Air. Interesting. So right down here at 10th and Main is Allison Transmission as part of General Motors. As I mentioned a while ago, that this town was founded around two large factories here, and Allison Transmission was one of them. The factory is still in operation today, and many of the people that live in town here work here at Allison.
I'm not sure if you know this, but Indianapolis Motor Speedway actually sits in the town of Speedway, Indiana, right?
That's right. It's not part of Indianapolis, although it's named that.
Yeah.
The town of Speedway is independent and on its own. One of these days we're going to come back here and give you a full tour of that. Today we're just going to take a quick look at it and get back on 136. So wintertime, 25 degrees. The stands are empty and the speedway's quiet. Summertime, this place is packed. There is no way to tell how many people fit in here. They don't advertise it, but it's quite the spectacle when you get here. I've had the privilege to come here a couple times, and all the suites and all the people in the stands. There's people in the infield. People come and just stand outside the track just to be part of this excitement. It's almost like a big fair. Anyway, today, not very many people here, and it's quiet. We can't really run the penny pincher ourselves, but we are going to let this young lady do it for us.
Okay, from here on is the museum, but we're gonna wait and bring the boys here because I think they would enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, this is it.
We're back on 136 again. Nancy was just saying how fun it would be if we could take Jack out on the Motor Speedway.
Years ago, we took our Oldsmobile out on the track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah, we had
That was
the
a lot of
kids
fun.
in the car, and away we went.
I wonder what Herky would think about us buzzing around this track.
Ed just wants to go out and kiss the brick.
Oh, that'd be fun. Here in Speedway, Indiana is the world famous Long's Donuts. Now in 1955, the Long family opened this donut shop. It's been going for 4 generations. It's interesting that they don't take credit cards, they take cash only, and you see a line out the door. It's like this all day, every day. So people come from miles around to get donuts at Long's. This nondescript little hamburger joint doesn't look like much, right? People line up here early in the morning before it even opens up to get a hamburger here. So I just want to show it to you really quick. Look at this place. Yeah, they're not even open yet. And the cars are way down the road here. I gotta show you this, but it's quite the place. People just pull up here early in the morning and wait for their hamburger.
Speedway, headed west on 136, you come to Claremont. And Claremont has another little gym, and we're going to take you and show you. Lucas Oil Raceway.
This is where they have the big Top Fuel Nationals every year. So this would be a drag strip. They also have some NASCAR truck races and some other races here during the year, motorcycle races, but quite a famous place in the racing world.
And on west is a town called Brownsburg, Indiana, and a lot of the racing headquarters are located there.
And one of the famous ones is John Force's garage is there. There's a lot of race history in this area. Well, being winter, everything's all locked up, but this would be quite the hubbub during the summertime. So you can see there's the strip there, and this is where the Top Fuel Nationals are held every year. And the grandstands are full. There's just hundreds of people, thousands of people here. And for those of you that like to camp, they have the Raceway Family Campground. So there'll be hundreds of campers over here. And they have electric sites, and then some sites that are just a spot there in the field. It's pretty interesting to come out here because the golf carts are running back and forth, and people are going over the track, and vendors are all set up, and there's all kinds of food. But yeah, that's it. The Lucas Oil Raceway here, Claremont, Indiana.
Further west on Highway 136, you come to Brownsburg, Indiana.
This town was founded in 1824. The interesting thing about this, so we're just a few miles from Indianapolis. This was the first stop on the stagecoach as you were headed west out of Indianapolis. And so they formed this town here. It was once called Harrisburg, but because there was another town by that name, they changed it to Brownsburg.
And I noticed just around the corner there's a little boutique I'm going to go in, LMA's.
We really like this town. It's cute and homey. Okay, I'm just going to sit out here while Nancy's in LMA's. This is one of her favorite boutiques in town, but I guess I'm stuck out here in the cold.
Even more west, you come to Pittsboro, Indiana. And if you are a NASCAR fan, you know this is the hometown of Jeff Gordon. We've got like a racing theme going on.
That's right. There is actually two famous people from this town. One being Jeff Gordon, the other one, Bridget Sloan, silver medalist gymnast. Yes. So
the Olympics.
Yeah.
Okay.
A neat little town. They have actually one stoplight here, but they have two subway systems. They have actually two subways here in town. One's out by the interstate, the other one a sandwich shop. And a Dollar General.
Of course, they have a Dollar General and a bar.
So cute little town, and there's a lot of community pride here. One of the things that we like to do when we come to this town is go up here to Flossie Mae's and get some ice cream.
Even today.
That's where we're headed right now.
We're gonna go get ice cream.
Wah, wah, wah. Man, are we disappointed. We got here and they got a sign on the door that says they're closed till February 22nd. Yikes. So who needs ice cream anyway? It's 25 degrees, but so anyway, we're gonna we're gonna get back up here on 136 and hit the road. Hey, Lisden, Indiana. There is not much here. This is a really tiny town. We are standing on the corner of Main and Railroad Street. This is where the rail line comes through. It's an active rail and it still goes today. In fact, the Amtrak comes through here. So it's a pretty cool place to come and watch trains. I've been up here before and with my grandkids and watched trains, but interesting place, but very small little town. Trying to figure out what their claim to fame is, and the sign on the outskirts of town says it's the only town in the world named Lisden. So this is a one-of-a-kind in the whole world.
Jamestown, Indiana, established in 1830.
It's interesting that all these little towns on this section of 136 are all been established in the 1830s.
But this one doesn't have a Dollar General.
They don't. Hey, one of the things that I found out was that the interurban used to run right down Main Street. So in the state of Indiana, they had an electric train system back in the early 1900s that actually connected all these little towns to Indianapolis, and this was one of them that once upon a time the tracks ran right down the center of Main Street. Now today they're just about a block over, and the CCX and the Amtrak ran through there. But interesting fact. Welcome to New Ross, Indiana. Well, this is it. Not much here at the bank, the post office, and a grain elevator right here on 136, but it's a cute place. I'm sure it's just quaint and they got a lot of nice people live here, but man, this is a really tiny town. I'm actually standing right in the middle of town and no traffic at all. Right here on State and Main Street. Herky, what do you think about New Ross, Indiana?
He wants to know if you've seen any more cats. He's a-looking for them.
This town is so tiny, you really don't even have to get out of the car to see it. But,
no, I'm seeing it all right here.
We're standing here looking at the New Ross Steakhouse. I bet that place is really hopping though on the weekends.
I bet it is. Maybe we should try it out sometime.
So yeah, the railway runs right through here. I think it's interesting. We have not seen one train since we've been on this route. But
no. Something like Kingsman, Arizona, where there's what, 90 trains a day?
Right. So interesting. Well, there's not much to see here. Let's jump back in the car. Oh, you know what's interesting was right here, there's the firehouse, the post office, the bank, the grain elevator, and the restaurant, all in one corner.
And the church.
Oh, and the church is behind us. Yeah. So, alrighty.
All right, here we go.
Back down 136. Hey, welcome to Mace, Indiana. Now, this place is even smaller than the last place we were at. I was just looking online that it was established in 1846, and by 1912 the town was really defunct by that time. But they still have a church, small community here, and there's something really interesting that I want to show you in this small town. So right here alongside the road on 136 is this old gas station with this glass stone on it. I think it's really interesting to look at these things. So this was a drive across gas station. We've seen a lot of these on Route 66 and some of the other roads we went, but the glass block. So apparently probably somebody would live right here, and then they would have a gas station right, and they would live and work right on the same spot. So hey, it's really cool. I'm gonna walk around and look at it. I wish I could find out some information on this gas station. Maybe one day I'll be able to find it.
Crawfordsville, Indiana, west on 136, and it's the county seat for
Montgomery County.
And it's the only charter town in the county.
How about that? So the courthouse is kind of small here, but there's some other things that are known for in this town. Namely, the Wabash College is here. It's an all men's school. and it's here. The other thing is the only Rotary jail, or no, the first Rotary jail in the state of Indiana was here. I don't know where that building's at, but we've seen those before, where they actually had a building where the jailhouse and it turned. It was kind of interesting thing. It was popular back in the 1800s, but anyway, cute little town, and they
lots and lots of antiques.
Yeah, there's a lot of antiques. If you are into antiquing, you would want to come here and walk around the town. We're not going to be here very long today, but it's a cool stop. It's pretty cool right here on the corner here at Washington and Main Street. They've got this memorial here to the veterans at the courthouse. I like it. It's pretty cool. You can see the courthouse is made from the Indiana limestone, and we always enjoy looking at those. I could spend all day looking at these things. A lot of them still have a lot of the original ornate detail on them. Pretty cool stuff. Right here on 136. The town, as I recall, it used to be a really big printing town back maybe in the 40s and 50s. R.R. Donnelley was located here. Still here today, but not near what it used to be. But they printed telephone books. They printed Bibles here for Zondervan, and they also just a lot of different other like parts catalogs and things like that. So it's a big printing operation going on here. But it's still a thriving community today. They have a pretty large steel mill here. Nucor Steel has a mill here. So, you know, it's probably about halfway between Indianapolis and the border of Indiana and Illinois. But yeah, cool place. Lots of neat buildings. Been here before, and in the summertime, it's just really great to walk around these towns.
I just went in this antique store and I found one of my Missouri plates that I collect. I'm so excited. I'll have to show you sometime what I do with those, but for now, I'm pretty excited about my find. I don't have this one.
What's all on that plate?
Okay, so Merrimack Caverns, Lake Taneycomo, the arch, of course. I have some without the arch because, you know, they're older than the arch. Anyway. State Capitol Building in Jefferson County, Mark Twain Monument, and the Ozarks, and Bagnall Dam. There you go.
I don't understand it, but she likes hunting these treasures, so
he lets me.
I let her go ahead and do it. Not that I have much of a choice.
I was just going to say that. I don't think he has a choice, but...
Me and Harky just sit here in the van and wait. So we're going to get on the road here down 136. We could spend all day in Crawfordsville.
I could,
videoing this thing. It's pretty cool town.
There's an antique store across the way.
Nope, we are getting on 136 and continuing our mission.
I didn't see that. Okay.
All right, farther down the road. Okay, as I mentioned, Crawfordsville is the home of Wabash College. And so I thought, you know, I shouldn't leave the town until I stop by here and show you. So the campus is right in town, so it's not like it's all together. It's got several streets and tied in with city streets, but very historic college, and it's really cool looking at all these buildings around here. I want to take you over here and show you. Oh, be careful, don't trip on the snow here. This building here is really cool. The chapel building, and then they've got some dorms and other classrooms here. Really historic buildings. But one of the things that caught my eye as soon as I pulled up here is apparently somebody's built a huge dividing wall or a fort or whatever out of snow here. So I want to walk over here and show you this thing. It's pretty cool. Somebody went through a lot of trouble to make this snow wall, that's for sure. So take a look at this. All the way down there and all the way over here. I don't know if there's any significance to this dividing wall between the campus here, but I thought it was interesting. Here's your library. I'm gonna just run up here and see if I can take a peek inside. Hang on. Well, that was pretty cool. I didn't want to talk inside the library because everybody's in there studying, but pretty cool historic building. I got one more place I want to show you here in town before we get back on 136 that I think is really neat, so hang on. So this is the place I was telling you about. I wanted to take you over to really quick. So this is R.R. Donnelley. Now it's known as LSC Communications. Pretty cool factory. I've been in
Phone
here.
books used to be printed here,
Right.
correct?
And
Yeah.
it was, if I am not mistaken, it was the largest producer of Bibles. I know Zondervan used to print here, contracted them for printing. I have been in this factory many times, and the inside is awesome. The floors are all made out of wood and everything. So anyway, it's been fun.
Yeah, for this leg of the trip has to end here.
Yeah,
So we'll
we're
have
running
to
out of
pick it
daylight.
up in Crawfordsville and go on west
Some
sometime
other day.
later.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed our little trip down 136 here and all the little scenic towns along the way. We've had a really good time. Herky has got the opportunity to chase some squirrels today, so he's really
He's
happy.
happy, yes.
So thanks for watching. If you like our content, give us a subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Until next Sunday, we'll see you later.
Bye now.